You guys ready to have a good time today? Ladies and gentlemen, I am thrilled to introduce our first speaker today who's going to help you create an exceptional customer experience. She's going to tell you the 3 trends to look out for in this upcoming year. And our speaker is from the company Gorgias, a proud sponsor of EEE Miami. And our speaker is Kristina Muntean. If you don't know Kristina, she manages strategic partnerships for Gorgias in the Southeast region of North America. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and please welcome from Gorgias, Kristina Muntean.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you so much for that intro. And it's so great to be here with you all in Miami live in person today. And Chuck did a fantastic intro of me. But for those of you who haven't heard about Gorgias, we are an e-commerce help desk, which basically what that means is if you're a brand, any place a customer reaches out to you, whether it's Instagram DMs, advertising comments, live chat, phone, you name it, we pull those back in so that your team can manage that from one place, and then we integrate with all of the main e-commerce tech stack and platforms. We currently work with about 9,000 brands, so really today what I wanted to share with you is across those 9,000 brands, what are we seeing the ones who are absolutely crushing customer support and experience? What are the 3 main areas that they're focused on and excited to just even step into more this year in 2022? So jumping right in and realizing, I am so sorry, I might have to move around a little bit, but basically just to give the lay of the land for customer support first, looking at 2021 and into 2022, big thing that actually surprises a lot of people is that honestly, there's a huge opportunity for brands to deliver exceptional customer support because customers are still actually writing in saying, hey, we're pretty frustrated. There's still some things that aren't working and kind of some main pain points. So starting over here with our first one is that in this era where right now people are used to instant gratification, we know that we text someone, we text a friend, we expect an immediate response, but from brands, people aren't having that same mirrored experience. So on average, we're seeing from the time someone reaches out to a brand, 12 plus hours to first respond, almost 17 plus hours to actually resolve their question. So huge pain point for people today. The second one is this lack of personalization. So I'm sure, raise of hands, how many people have called and had kind of a very upsetting phone tree experience where you call a brand, yes, thank you ladies, you call and you're just put down the ringer of this phone tree and you're like, oh my gosh, no, this is not what I need. Like, I feel like I just press 0 all the time. I'm like, that's gonna get me to someone. I know that works. But this is something that we commonly still see and hear from people. So it's like, wow, I reach out and I'm not getting the exact, answer or the exact route that is actually catered to my question. And then the third is that they're having to repeat themselves and people aren't really listening. So it used to be for customer support, people might email in or they might call you on the phone. But nowadays we're seeing that brands are actually getting reached out to via their social media. People basically want to engage in all different channels. And if you don't have a system that allows you to pull all of that together in one place, customers are frustrated that they're having to repeat the same questions time and time again. So looking at this landscape, really, we set out to say, okay, we know how important it is for brands to deliver an exceptional customer experience and to keep people coming back to purchase from you. We know for a fact that 79% of people will leave your brand if they have a poor customer experience within a week. So we know how much everyone pays to get in front of potential customers and to get them to make the initial interaction and purchase with your brand. So we really set out to say, okay, how can we help e-com brands keep those customers coming back time and time again and make customer service and experience the reason why someone buys from you? So, and really, what does exceptional customer experience look like? So this is something that we're really passionate about at Gorgias. A lot of people that come in to to Gorgias are basically sitting at that level 1. And we are everything we do is around helping merchants climb up that ladder towards a level 5. And some of the things that really influence that are things like, okay, quick first response time, quick time to resolution. And honestly, these brands are seeing a lot of revenue coming in from support. And some of the things that we talk about today are things that, again, these brands that are at a level 5 are doing exceptionally well. So the first area that I want to focus on in terms of trends for 2022 is that we're seeing, again, these brands that are sitting at a level 5 are really using social media and SMS as CS channels now. So here's some data. This is actually from the last 3 weeks that we pulled this, and we're gonna focus on the left side first, but this chart is basically how consumers are choosing to interact with brands. So you can see email is still very much at the forefront. People love to engage with brands via email, but what is not shown here is just how much, honestly, chat and then SMS and social have grown. So we know people are excited to engage with brands via live chat. We'll chat about that in a little bit, but SMS and social channels are the area that's seen booming growth, and we just expect to continue to expand coming into this year. So looking at this, it's incredibly crucial that brands are present in all of these different channels and that they're able to have a system that allows you to pull customers from Instagram, from Facebook, from Twitter, bring them back and bring them to your website and turn them into buyers. So we basically want to make sure that, again, when you're up to a level 5, one of the main things is present in as many channels as possible. So can't stress this enough that people want to engage with you on social. Let's help you be present there. Have a system that allows you to do so, and then use it as a place where you put resources towards, okay, every DM that comes in, I'm gonna engage with that customer. Every person that comments on my ads, I'm gonna take the time and put the systems in place for my business so that I can respond to them. If they basically raise their hand and say they're interested, maybe I'll put resources towards, okay, let's have the team actually send a front-end acquisition offer to them. So sorry, I'm like blocking the entire screen over here. We're gonna switch sides. But so the other area, again, besides just having brands be present in these channels and prioritizing resources towards them, is that we really wanna make sure that we see brands who are having success here, again, is that they're using things like AI to basically organize anyone that's coming through social channels so that they can basically say, okay, I'm gonna prioritize people with questions, people who are social leads, which might be, maybe they put heart eye emojis on my ad. I'm gonna prioritize organizing them in my CS help desk and then making sure I get back to them and respond to them really quickly. So again, with social, it's being present in as many places as possible, the systems in place to then organize your team to be able to have bandwidth to respond there, and then using things like AI to help you organize and prioritize and help you find basically the buyers across those channels. The other piece is SMS that is growing a ton, and I'm sure you guys have heard about that. People have mentioned, hey, use SMS as a marketing channel. But where we see a lot of brands having success is when they're not just using SMS as they might email, where they send out a blast with, hey, here's 10% off for your President's Day sale, but really they use it as a channel to ask people to engage back and forth with them. That's where we see the most impact. We know how often people open text messages from brands. It's an incredibly powerful channel. But what we're seeing is that companies that are using our system, we basically can see in the data, and when they say, okay, I'm gonna prioritize responding back to everyone, engaging with them, and helping basically make that one-on-one connection, feels very VIP and is turning into sales. So this is a brand called Olipop, very popular brand in the alternative soda space. So this is data just from a single day. They basically decided to launch a new flavor, just their SMS list first. And their intention here was, okay, we're gonna respond and engage again with everyone and ask them to actually engage with us. So you can see here, this is one of the responses, and this isn't even someone asking a question, but this is a customer who's clearly super pumped about Olipop, and they took the time to even respond back to these, and oftentimes this led into further conversations and more sales. So you can see almost $65,000 came in, that's just in the first 24-hour period from this one initiative, and they credit literally basically taking the time to engage in this channel as a huge reason for their success. And this is just some more data to highlight this. This is Olipop's data from March to May of 2020, and then moving forward, March to May of 2021. And again, the huge difference with their mentality here was that, okay, instead of just blasting out my list with one SMS, I am actually going to choose to engage with people, ask them questions, make this a place where they can basically get to know me and my brand. And you can see it had a 13 times increase in sales via SMS. So engage pre-sale to boost conversion rate. This is a huge area that we're seeing coming up for a trend for this year. So looking at the graph on the right this time, this is basically across the last 12 weeks, across all of our brands, what we're seeing coming in as inquiries across all these brands. So you can see 33% are people engaging with brands pre-sale. So this is fantastic news. It basically says people are excited to talk to you. They have questions pre-sale. This is a huge opportunity if you can put resources towards, okay, being available for people pre-sale to get them into the right product and having a great experience with your brand. So excited to show a couple examples here. The first one is with Proactive Chat, and this is a brand, OG Skincare, and you can see they're a fantastic brand, wonderful, but they basically came and chatted with us and said, hey, people come to our site, there's a lot of options. How do they know which lip oil is the best fit for them and gonna look good on them? So we collaborated with the team and started putting up these chat campaigns. Super simple, very customizable per product page or area on the site. This one simply said, hey, need help choosing the perfect lip tint shade? And what they saw was people engaging with this almost fashion consultant or beauty consultant, if you will, giving very specific, detailed information about, hey, this is how old I am, this is my skin type, this is basically message me on my cell phone, lots of valuable customer information. The team responded back in just a few minutes with a few options, and they actually went on 3 minutes later to purchase even more options than they had suggested, 5 for over $206 worth of revenue. So these really work. So huge thing that we're seeing again is brands taking time to basically prioritize resources towards channels like this to engage with people pre-purchase. And this is another example. Again, we're kind of hanging out in the skincare beauty space today, but was really excited to share this. This is a brand, Ilia Beauty, fantastic clean beauty makeup company. Again, as you can see, plentiful shade options, which is somewhat overwhelming. But they basically instituted, you can see this button that says find my shade, and then they're actually asking customers to drag and drop real images of themselves, put in a bit more information, and then they have a whole team of 9 people that's actually prioritizing responding to these people incredibly quickly. You can see this is data from November to January. You can see the conversion rate and the number of tickets that came in. Blurred out revenue, but I can tell you from the start of that to now, it's in 7 figures in terms of what this campaign has come in. Their average response time for this campaign is 4 minutes. So they're basically saying, okay, we know that there might be some friction with people getting into the right product. How can we help that? Asking for the photo, using Gorgias to basically organize that with the team, respond back quickly, and you can see almost 24% conversion rate coming in, and again, 7 figures since November for them through this campaign. And the last area is give power to customers to get their own answers. So yes, people love to chat with you. They love to get to know your brand and have the opportunity to engage with you. But we also know that if people have questions like, where is my order? Quick, more admin related things, they want to get those answers as quickly as possible. So there's a ton of opportunity in the area highlighted in that box, basically to be able to allow people to get those answers self-serve themselves. So we're seeing a lot of brands, again, that are doing this exceptionally well are utilizing things like self-service live chat. So you can see this is a brand that has, this is almost the sequence where it's the track my order with advanced tracking. You're also seeing some pricing information on the right. But again, people love it when you have they have the opportunity to get the answer that they want, that answers their exact question immediately. It's great for the customer. It's honestly great for the brand themselves too, because if I can save time and deflect tickets like where is my order, then I can prioritize those other types of examples that I showed you where it's engaging with people pre-sale to actually get you into the brand and get their questions answered super quickly. So those are 3 main areas that I wanted to focus on today. I am not quite sure where we're at with time, but super open to take questions if we do have the opportunity for that. I will be around at the booth too, so feel free to come grab me. And anyone here, for a thank you for coming, you can basically get 2 months free of Gorgias as well. So we're gonna offer that too. But how are we doing on time, team? We're good. How much time do we have? Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. 8 minutes. Does anyone have any? Yes.
For the SMS campaigns, is that tying in with something like Attentive?
Yes, absolutely. So we integrate with all of the main like e-com SMS platforms. So Klaviyo, Attentive, Postscript, SMS Bump, just to name a few. So yeah, those come straight into Gorgias, and then you can respond right back out. And again, it looks native to the platform. So if it was via Klaviyo's SMS, for example, it would look native to that. Yeah. Yes.
Do you have a local, like a social app that aggregates all the messages, or is it web developed?
Is it, sorry, say that one more
Is it a
time?
mobile app or is it web developed?
It is, let me make sure I understand. So in terms of pulling in all of our social channels, we basically integrate directly with Facebook, for example. So you sync Gorgias together with Facebook, comes right in, and it pulls all the information straight in to Gorgias. I can show you how it looks visually as well and show you more about what that looks like. But yeah, essentially the whole goal is, instead of you having to have one person with their phone all day scrolling through, managing DMs, maybe another person responding to add comments on Facebook, all of that comes into Gorgias. You can manage it from that one place, and you also have full visibility on the customer journey. So you could see Jeremiah, for example, he DM'd me. Okay, he also emailed me and called me. This is all the interactions I've had with him. This is his LTV. All of that information actionable across every single channel. Yeah. Yes.
What would you say are best practices for response time for SMS, email, and social media chat?
Yeah, so I can say overall for customer support, when we're looking at those brands that are absolutely crushing it, it's less than 10 minutes for first response time. What I will say is that brands on chat, I would say it's even shorter, basically. So some brands that I work with, one that I saw was 59 seconds last week on average, which I was like, you guys are crushing. But again, we know that response time, first response time especially, is directly correlated to customer satisfaction and revenue coming in. It's the biggest contributor. So I would say, and with every brand that comes in, we work with and we say, hey, if you're at 20 minutes, okay, let's put systems in place to get you at 10. Then from there, let's get you to 5. Okay, we know we want to get chat to under 2. What do we need to do to get the system in place to do that in a way that, aligns with your brand? So yeah, happy to chat more and see based on your brand and industry too, what would make sense. Yeah. Yes.
How you doing, Kristina? Stefan, Team Baptiste. I was excited to hear about the beauty brands because I'm in the space.
Woo.
But you did mention a lot of the brands have 9 people teams. How do you best maximize the software when you have 1 or 2 that's dedicated to customer service?
Yeah, that's an absolutely great question. And so what I would suggest for you, and happy to jam with you based on your own team structure, but that's where some of these self-service areas where, okay, allow customers to have places where they can get their admin related questions answered themselves, build out your help center too that has an FAQ, get that yourself. Also, we have areas that really help small teams, which are templates that are they act as automations. So basically, we help brands build out their templated responses. You can make that catered to your brand tone, but they also pull in variables directly from your e-com platform. So say, where is my order? Basically, you fill that out, you have all the specific Shopify variables if that's your template. All the team has to do is just click that template. If it's on customer A, it pulls customer A's info. You send that off in less than 2 seconds. You can even automate up to 20 to 30% of responses. So the AI can sense, hey, okay, this is a where is my order request. We're actually just gonna go ahead, shoot that out so it doesn't even open as a ticket. So basically, then that deflects some tickets, saves the team time and bandwidth. So let's chat about your brand specifically and team structure, but I would say focus on letting the system support you with automating 20 to 30% where it makes sense so that you can save time and bandwidth for more of those personalized conversations that get people into your brand. Yeah, yes, Drew.
What are you seeing in terms of like the lift and metrics when it's more contextual to the PDP for the live chat versus just like a normal live chat where you had, choose your lip shade or, kind of the color? Is that like 2 to 3x engagement, or do you have any metrics behind that?
When it's thank you, Alon. And so you're saying, Drew, when it's like instead of global on the entire site, when it's like per PDP or on the actual product page. So I would say that's where we see the most success. And a lot of brands who have chat campaigns, like I showed with Ilya and OG, they have different campaigns running across their site. So maybe they have a discount offer for one SKU that they're discontinuing or something, and they have a chat campaign around that running. A lot of brands, sometimes they might have a fashion brand. There's sizing is a little bit different because it's a custom piece. So they might have a specific chat campaign that says, hey, just so you know, people typically go a size larger than they might usually. So I would say a lot of success with things like we're seeing when it's on the specific product page. And then what's more typical, what you'll see on homepages and whatnot, is that self-serve widget that allows you to track your order, more global types of requests. So that's typically the structure that we see is most successful. And I mean, like you saw with Ilya, obviously they have that Find My Shade campaign up and running. And I think they were seeing conversion rate on that up to 25% for people in that case. But happy to chat with you too. Each brand and vertical is kind of different and specific. So let's definitely jam on that more. Thank you, Drew. Yeah.
You started to talk about how you can see all the touch points you've had with a specific customer.
Yes.
Sounds kind of like the beginnings of an e-commerce CRM, but I imagine it's all just the communication and not what they've done on site. Do you guys do anything to merge that information with another CRM where then you can see it all in one place?
Yeah, so I kind of call it light CRM level data, because you can see, okay, every single tag, say the platform Shopify, you see that straight in Gorgias. You can see notes directly in Gorgias. You can action on orders. So you can refund, duplicate, edit shipping address right from Gorgias. But is the information you're discussing, is that like time on site, number of visits, or what other information?
Specific purchases, emails open.
Yes, you can see all of that. So we same thing, like we integrate with same email platform, so you can see segments that they're in, lists that they're in, all of that directly in Gorgias. Yeah, thank you. And I think this will be probably our last one. Yeah.
Yeah, Kristina, Jack Howard. Question, like in regards to customers, don't want to assume Olipop's a customer, but are you guys traditionally more suitable for like a venture-backed growing brand, or kind of a one-size-fits-all type of solution?
Yeah, thank you, Jack. It's a great question. So we do have enterprise brands like Steve Madden, Princess Polly that we serve incredibly, and we've been with them a lot as they've scaled and helped support that. We do also have brands that are basically just starting out. So I'd say the first qualifier is e-com platform. So e-com is the only niche that we serve. So if people are on Shopify, BigCommerce, or Magento 2, it's a great fit. And then I would say where we start to see it for smaller merchants, if they're getting five-ish customer inquiries per day, starting at that level, it's like, okay, this really makes sense to start investing in. Our beginning monthly plan is $60 a month. So, and again, with the amount of revenue you're able to bring in with systems like this, it pays for itself time over. So yeah, we really try to say, okay, let's support merchants when they're at the beginning, but then let's be a system that can scale and grow, and we can serve up to those enterprise customers. So as long as you're on e-com platform, it's a great fit. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll be around if you have more questions.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Kristina Muntean, ladies and gentlemen.